within reach of every American. And that means making sure that if you work hard, you'll be able to build a better life, not just for yourself, but for your children and your grandchildren. And that after a lifetime of work, you'll be able to retire with some dignity and some respect. But folks here in Powder Springs know all too well that that dream feels like it's slipping out of reach for too many Americans. More and more Americans are losing their job each month. We've had 436,000 jobs lost here in the United States since January. Those who haven't lost their job who are still working feel like you're working harder for less. Families have seen their incomes on average fall nearly $1,000 since George Bush took office. Meanwhile, the cost of everything from a gallon of milk to a gallon of gas has skyrocketed. College tuition going up, health care costs going up. I've met Americans all across the country who are facing financial hardship, and in some cases bankruptcy, because, like Lawrence, their medical bills have driven them to financial ruin, or because they were tricked into buying a home that they could not afford. It's known as the middle class squeeze, and it's pushing families deeper and deeper into debt. The typical household now has over $9,600 in debt. Along with this rise in debt, we're seeing a sharp rise in bankruptcies. In the first 6 months of this year alone, we saw nearly 500,000 people, 500,000 people file for bankruptcy. That's a 30% increase from what it was at the same time last year. Studies show that half of those filing for bankruptcy are probably families with children at home, and 3/4 are declaring bankruptcy after losing a job or suffering a serious illness. Now, these bankruptcies aren't happening on their own. They reflect an underlying economy that is weak. To address the rising bankruptcy rate at its source, we have to make long-term investments to strengthen our economy. That's why I proposed plans to create millions of new jobs, investing in American infrastructure, to get energy costs under control by making America energy independent, to make health care affordable for families and businesses, to put a college degree into the reach for anyone who wants to, so that Americans can have the skills to compete in our global economy. That's how we're going to solve the long-term problems that we face in our economy. But Americans are also looking to Washington for some immediate relief, some short-term relief. So let's take the bankruptcy problem as an example. Now, let me be clear. The American people aren't looking for government to solve all their problems. You believe in hard work. You believe in personal responsibility. You believe in paying your bills.